The Typhoon-class submarine remains a symbol of Cold War naval engineering. As the largest submarines ever constructed, these underwater behemoths were designed to counter the United States Navy's Ohio-class submarines. Conceived in secrecy and shrouded in a veil of Soviet military might, the Typhoons cast an imposing presence on the high seas. This essay delves into the history, capabilities, and eventual fate of these remarkable vessels. We will explore their design features, operational history, and the reasons behind their decommissioning. Finally, we will examine the future of the last remaining Typhoon, the Dmitry Donskoy, and its planned transformation into a museum. The sheer scale of the Typhoon class was awe-inspiring. At 574 feet long, they dwarfed any other submarine class in existence. Their massive size allowed them to carry a formidable arsenal of 20 RSM-52 nuclear missiles, each capable of carrying multiple independently targetable warheads. These submarines were designed to prowl the depths of the ocean, remaining undetected for months at a time, ready to unleash their deadly payload at a moment's notice. Their existence was a constant reminder of the tensions and dangers of the Cold War. The Typhoons were more than just weapons platforms, they were marvels of engineering. Their double-hulled design provided exceptional strength and resilience, while their advanced sonar and communication systems allowed them to operate effectively in the depths of the ocean. These submarines were crewed by some of the Soviet Union's most elite sailors who endured long and arduous patrols beneath the waves. Their service was vital to maintaining the Soviet Union's nuclear deterrent during one of the most dangerous periods in human history. Section 2. Arsenal of the Cold War design and capabilities of the Typhoon class. The Typhoon class was designed to be the Soviet Union's trump card in a nuclear conflict. Their primary weapons were the 20 R-39 Reef, NATO reporting name SSN-20 Sturgeon, submarine-launched ballistic missiles. These massive missiles had a range of over 8,300 kilometers and could carry up to 10 independently targetable nuclear warheads. This meant that a single Typhoon submarine could theoretically strike multiple targets across the United States with devastating force. To ensure their survival in a nuclear war, the Typhoons were designed with multiple layers of protection. Their double hulls were constructed of high-strength steel and designed to withstand the immense pressure of the deep ocean. They were also equipped with advanced sonar systems to detect enemy submarines and torpedoes, as well as electronic countermeasures to jam enemy sensors. The submarine's massive size allowed them to carry enough food, water, and other supplies to remain submerged for months at a time, reducing their need to surface and risk detection. In addition to their nuclear missiles, the Typhoons were also armed with a variety of conventional weapons for self-defense. These included 6 533mm torpedo tubes, which could fire both torpedoes and anti-ship missiles. The submarines were also equipped with a pair of 30mm anti-aircraft guns for defense against aircraft and helicopters. The combination of their nuclear and conventional armaments made the Typhoons a formidable force to be reckoned with. Section 3. A silent fade-out. Operational history and decommissioning. Despite their fearsome reputation, the Typhoon-class submarines saw relatively little operational service. 6 Typhoons were commissioned into the Soviet Navy between 1981 and 1989, but only one, the Dmitry Donskoy, TK-208, remained in service after the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991. The high operating costs of the Typhoons, coupled with the shrinking Russian Navy budget in the 1990s, led to the decision to retire most of the class. The decommissioning of the Typhoon class marked the end of an era. These giant submarines, once symbols of Soviet naval power, were gradually retired from service and scrapped. The Dmitry Donskoy, the last of its kind, was spared from the scrapyard and instead underwent a series of modifications to serve as a test platform for new missile systems. This extended its service life well into the 21st century, but its days as a frontline warship were long gone. The retirement of the Typhoons was not solely due to financial constraints. Advances in anti-submarine warfare technology had made it increasingly difficult for large, noisy submarines like the Typhoons to remain undetected in modern naval warfare. Smaller, stealthier submarines, like the Russian Navy's new Borai class, were seen as more effective and cost-efficient platforms for Russia's submarine-based nuclear deterrent. Section 4. Legacy of a giant, museum plans and comparisons. With the decommissioning of the Dmitry Donskoy in February 2023, the era of the Typhoon-class submarine came to an end. However, there are plans to preserve the legacy of these underwater giants by converting the Dmitry Donskoy into a museum ship. This ambitious project, if realized, would allow future generations to marvel at the scale and complexity of these Cold War behemoths. The conversion of the Dmitry Donskoy into a museum ship is a complex and costly undertaking. The submarine's nuclear reactor will need to be safely removed and disposed of, and its interior will need to be extensively refurbished to accommodate visitors. However, the project is seen as a worthwhile investment by those who believe that the Typhoon-class deserves to be remembered as a significant chapter in naval history. The Typhoon-class submarines will forever be compared to their American counterparts, the Ohio-class submarines. While the Typhoons were larger and carried more missiles, the Ohio-class is generally considered to be more technologically advanced. The Ohio-class is also still in active service with the United States Navy, having undergone a series of upgrades and modernizations to keep them relevant in the 21st century. The Typhoon-class submarines were a product of their time, a testament to the technological prowess and geopolitical ambitions of the Soviet Union. While their service life was relatively short, they left an indelible mark on naval history. The planned conversion of the Dmitry Donskoy into a museum ship will ensure that these underwater giants continue to inspire awe and wonder for generations to come.